Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode we will do a review of the recent changes on Necromancer, but we will also return to things that have been present in the game for some time. Generally speaking, it will be a summary of all the most relevant things for your Necromancer. So let's begin. First of all, I would like to explain what was the reason for not uploading videos recently. I don't like to create videos about nothing or just complaining, and at the same time not include any solution in such a video. But I'm not going to hide the fact that recent updates have been very disappointing for me. We have been promised big changes for so long that we are looking forward to open world PvP, new classes. However, each new update, in my opinion, only shows a lack of ideas. Surely you have noticed that I have not recorded any video about the introduced Accusred Towers, and it has to be said that a tremendous amount of work was put into the preparation of this activity. But did the developers really believe that it would be fun to sweat for 5 minutes and then collect shards for the entire time, only to find out after hours of running that you failed to collect more than before? Personally, I believed it would be something like Siege, where you would fight others to get it. PvP is present there. However, it is only a minimal part of this activity. I think that this is far different from community expectation. From my observations, it seems that no one feels like wasting their time anymore. Everyone tries to do the necessary minimum or just does not do it at all. It is also worth mentioning that in addition to new meaningless activities, we are forced to do the same daily activities for a year now. So maybe instead of adding new content that will only be playable for players for the first few days, a better solution would be to remake old stuff that we are forced to do. We are still doing the same boring shadow activities, contracts, and quests. There are no significant changes here. The same goes for Battlegrounds. For a year we have only one boring mode available. Is it really so hard to understand that players need varied options for basic gameplay? What's funny? Not at all difficult to do, since it would be enough to make the PvP mode from the tower available as a new full-fledged battlefield mode. Another mode could be something that also already exists in the game, occasionally occurs as an annoying event, is called Fractured Plane. In such a battle, players would start from level 0 and without equipment. They would acquire equipment by buying it in the store for gold received from killed opponents. This is a tested PvP model that has been successful in other games. It would also solve the problem of resonance differences because in this mode it would not be taken into account. Unfortunately, for some reason, the game designers decided that players would enjoy fishing and pointlessly collecting shards in the new tower. So if the main idea is to discourage people from playing, then in my opinion they are doing it very well. Coming back to the Necromancer, I have a feeling that the creators have a serious problem with the identity of this character, aside from great PvE summons build. It's unclear what exactly they're trying to change by introducing new essences. On the one hand, we have a lot of play style options, but on the other hand, most of them are just useless. However, for some reason, when introducing new updates, the developers go deeper and deeper into this. A great example is the latest Wrath form, which changes nothing but the visual effect. Does anything more really need to be said? For this reason, I will quote here a comment from one of my viewers. I think it describes the problem perfectly, and it is impossible to disagree. So again, if developers are having trouble finding a way to create characters, then maybe the simplest solution is to listen to the voice of the community. So the funny thing is that as necromancers, you are forced to use mostly essences that were introduced right at the beginning of the game, and so for almost a year, nothing has appeared that could change this. I don't want to say a word yet about the essences that were introduced 3 days ago until I test them well, but so far I have 3 of them and do not see much potential. The new teleport looks impressive, but using it, you no longer have the option to escape. We gain only 3 seconds reduced cooldown. Isn't it obvious that the Necromancer is useless without proper defensive skills? I think it is, and they create essences completely as if we are able to teleport and one-hit opponents. I think they confused us with monks. I'm still curious new offhand though, but was not able to get it yet. I will do update with all new essences for sure. The next and last things are cursed essences, despite people's negative opinion, because of the negative effects you get by using them. I personally think this is quite an interesting option. The real potential can be seen when using 6 of the same bonus. I tested many of them and was in the process of making a video about them. Due to the fact that I was looking for something that would be equally effective on PvE and PvP, I chose the control option. With 6 parts we get cooldown reductions up to 30 seconds and deal 12% more damage against enemies in the skill area. And it should be said that it is huge. Additionally, it helps a lot if you use Banquet Set because it adds critical stacks. Activation is quite easy and often since Necromancer has a lot of control skills. Even Golem could activate it. I intentionally said that Golem could because during the making of the video about the curses a new patch note came out. Based on its description, Detested had to be expanded. Honestly, in the case of the Necromancer, it was not necessary, but I wanted to see how this curse would work after the update. However, it turned out that this was not only not extended, but was limited only to a total loss of control. As a result, most Necromancer's skills do not cause activation of this curse, so it is no longer as useful as before, and as a result, I had to abandon the episode about it because if Blizzard has no idea what they are putting into the game, then seriously, is all going into the wrong direction. If you have similar opinion, then don't forget to hit a like button and subscribe to stay updated. As always, thanks for your attention.